Alright guys, I'm going to jump into the avatar really quick and show you what she can do and some features. There's quite a bit to cover, so yeah, hopefully it won't take too long, but it probably will. So anyway, first thing you're going to notice here is that it says show my avatar so we can talk. This is something that's only going to be shown to people who don't have your avatar shown. So anybody who has your avatar shown, like your friends or whatever, won't be seeing this message. This is just kind of to get people to show your avatar. There's a couple of things on here that's going to make that make more sense. There's some stuff to help out the mute community. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I mean by that and some other features here. So jumping in really quick, we have our settings. So first of all, we have custom gestures. What this means is it's a toggle to turn them on and off. And there's a lot of gesture-based stuff, but a lot of gesture controls on this avatar. And if you're on index, the controls will take control of your hand. I'll show you guys what I mean by that in a bit. But in case you don't want that, you can turn that off. Though honestly, when you see what they are, I really don't see why you turn them off. But anyway, we have a disable locomotion toggle. This is something I'm not going to insult your intelligence by explaining it. And then we have mute detection. So there's a couple of cool things about this avatar when it comes to mute detection. See, you can see here on my shirt, if I mute my microphone, you'll see that little mute icon will pop up and, you know, I'm not talking. And then if I unmute, it's going to go away. So that's one thing. You can turn that off if you don't like it in the menu. That's what the mute detection is. But another thing about it is, I don't know if you've been in other avatars when you have like toggle mute on and you stop talking or you mute yourself in the middle of a sentence, or if there's background noise, your mouth will stay open partially. This avatar doesn't do that. So if I go ahead and talk and then mute my microphone while I'm talking, her mouth will automatically close. So that's a really nice feature to have, to be honest. Nice quality of life. And then we can kind of get into the rest of it. We have some appearance options here. I'm not going to go through them. I'm just going to kind of show you the menus because there's a lot. So I'm just going to jump through the menus quickly. You can pause it if you want. And then we have some lighting settings here. I'm not going to showcase those in this world. I'm going to actually go to another world really quick and show you guys what I mean. All right, guys. I'm in a rest and sleep here to demonstrate the lighting options. So I'm in here for a specific reason. That's because this world is obviously known for having really harsh gradient lighting or colored lighting. And this, one of the features of the appearance options in here in the lighting settings is to disable world lighting coloring. So it sets the lighting to monochromatic. So if I toggle that on, you can see it's a nice little transition where we go from, you know, colored lighting to just black and white lighting, and we, you know, look a lot less intensely colored in here. So that's nice. And then we also have this shiny metals toggle. So that's going to turn off the shininess on the metals, which is nice too. And then we also have this realistic lighting option. It's not great to be shown in here because you don't really get the full effect. I'm just going to swap over to another world really quick to show you that. All right, we're here in Drinking Night to show off the realistic lighting option. So you can see her lighting looks kind of harsh here. It's like there's shadows are intense and the lighting, the shading is harsh. So if you don't like that and you want to go back to the toon look, which in this world I think is kind of necessary because she looks a little bit out of place here, you can go ahead and turn this realistic lighting off and it's going to set back to the toon lighting that you're probably used to. So that's a nice feature, I think. You can look good in pretty much any lighting environment because this mode here isn't affected by all the shading as much, which is nice. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Now I'm going to show you guys the rest of the avatar. Alright, so we're back here in the other world, and I'm just going to show you the rest of the features here. So we have this marker. So it's a erasable marker that you can switch between your hands, so you have right and left-handed modes. And the cool thing about this marker is, again, you know, like I said, you can erase it. So the only thing that's different about this marker and this eraser, other than, you know, rather than the normal setup, is that this marker's gestures aren't finger point to right. You have to make a fist and then squeeze the trigger. So it might be a little weird, but it's the exact same as a world marker. Don't think about it too hard. And then to erase, you do the same thing. You make a fist and squeeze with your left hand and you can erase. And then that's the inverse when you're on left-handed modes, where you can write with your left and squeeze with your right, you know, to erase it with that hand. Then we have a hue control on this, and we also have rainbow mode, so I can kind of show you both at the same time. So you can write and it'll automatically cycle through the colors, and you can erase it. And then we have this other mode here. It's called pen pressure. So I think this one's really cool. Like I said before, you write by making a fist and squeezing the trigger. This pen pressure mode is going to change the strength and the size of the marker based on how hard you squeeze the trigger. So you can see it's small now, and if I squeeze it all the way, it gets a little bigger. So that can be cool. A little nice feature. And then that's it for the marker. We can go into the emotes. There's 16 emotes here. These 8 are kind of going along the lines with the mute the mute text here. You have a bunch of little quick phrases that you can say that might help out. And then we have some memes here. We have some still ones, and then we have some ones with motion in them, which is kind of cute. But yeah, that's the emotes. And then we can go over the toys. This is kind of the bread and butter of the avatar, to be honest. There's a lot of really cool things here. So we'll start off with the ThrowJoint. This is the same thing as you're used to, right? Finger point, take it out, left hand, finger point, and then both hands, put it in between them, and then open hand to throw it. You know, that's something that you expect to work. And then we have this new mode on that called shooty mode, where you make a finger point or a gun gesture, and then you go thumbs up and it'll shoot. And you can enable multi-throw, and you can shoot up to 10. So that's cool. And then we can disable that. And then we have this MP3 player. I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume down so that way I can talk and you guys can still see. So we have this MP3 player, and this is something that you can customize yourself. Putting your own music in here is as simple as literally dragging and dropping the music and then dragging and dropping your album artwork. And as you can see here, this is the first custom gesture set that I've been talking about a bit ago. And basically there's an entire set of hand gestures based around this MP3 player. So I have all of them here. And again, if you have an index controller and you don't like this for whatever reason, you can turn this off. But I think it really feels good in your hand, to be honest. And then again, we have up to 8 songs you can add into this, and you just hit next to cycle through them, and then back to go back. And then I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit, and you can see whenever I go into the volume slider, it's going to pop up like that, and you can scroll and it'll get louder and quieter, as you'd expect. So then we can go back. I like the song a lot. Anyway, so let me turn that down a little bit. And then we have some location options. So right now it's in my hand, right? I can put it on my hip too, which is kind of cool. And then I can also drop it. So it's going to stay in the world, and I can run around and it'll stay there, which is pretty nice. And then I also have this option called 3D audio. So hopefully YouTube will pick this up. I'm not really sure, but if I turn this on, you can hear it rotating around my head, which sounds really, really trippy depending on what you put here. With this song, it's really, really cool. I honestly love it. I could sit here for 20 minutes and listen to it. But then we have this mode for privacy mode. So basically what this does, when you press it, there's a little visual here of it being enabled. So it's enabled, you get this nice little earbud thing. And basically what this privacy mode means is that I'm the only one who can hear this music right now. No one else in the world can hear it. It's only me. So if you're listening to something you may not want other people to hear for whatever reason, yeah, you can turn that off. So anyway, we have this bee plushie. We can go over that now. We can put it on our head, we can put it on our right arm and our left arm, and then we can also drop it. So that's kind of cute. He's got little dynamic bones to him. And then you can scale him up at any point you want, and then he can also be scaled when he's on your head or your arms, if you want to be this guy in the room with a massive bee on your arms, because why not. Yeah, you can do that if you want. And then we have this kunai. The kunai is pretty cool. There's this nice little weird emission trippy effect on it. I don't even know what to call it. But this can also change color, which is nice. And then you also have a rainbow mode, which is going to automatically cycle through the colors for you. And then you can hold it in your right hand, you can hold it in your left hand. Let me close the menu. You can hold it in your left hand, your right hand, you can put it between your fingers, between the other fingers, and you can throw it around between your hands like that, which is kind of fun. You can spin it as well on both hands. And then you can also, if you're in a fist on either hand, or if you're in peace sign on either hand, you can open your hand and it'll throw. And this color shift is also affecting, as you can see, the trails and the thrown knife as well. So this color shift is going to change everything. It's nice and fun. Also, this is going to throw exactly how fast you move your arm. So if I just drop it, it's going to drop. If I move my arm quickly, it's going to throw. Just nice. We can disable that. And then we have these water toys. These are really, really fun. Honestly, I had a lot of fun making these and getting the stuff for them. So the particle effects are by this guy, Twammy. He's honestly a god. These particle effects are so cool. And then this is another thing that has all the custom gestures for it. So we have all of these different gestures. This is a little excessive, but I think it really adds to the whole feel because you feel like you're actually holding the guns. It's not just like a static object in your hand, right? So anyway, we have this, right now I'm doing a fist and it looks like this, right? If I squeeze the trigger, you can see she pulls the trigger and you have this little emissive gradient here coming up, which is fun. And then it's also shooting. And then also with this shoot, if you squeeze it a little bit, you can see we're at like 0% charge, right? And it's just giving out a little bit. And if I squeeze it more, it's going to give more water, and I squeeze it less, it's going to give less, right? Does it with both hands. Really cool. Feels really good in your hands too, to be honest. And yeah, that's the water guns. And then we also have water balloons. And you can see here that I toggled the water balloons on it, automatically turned off the water guns. And this is done on all of the toys that affect your hands. So the reason is that you don't want to have like two things in your right hand, you know, or whatever, and your gestures would break and glitch out, and it's just not fun. This just adds a lot and makes it, you know, a nice little quality of life thing. But anyway, you have these little water balloons. They drip a little bit, which is fun, and they look really trippy too. But anyway, these are the same as the knives. If you open your hands, they're gonna fall out of your hands, and then if you move your arm slowly, it's gonna fly, and if you move it fast, it's gonna, you know, go farther. Same with both hands. So that's fun as well. Cool little things here, cool little toys. That looks like it's going to be it for the avatar. Hopefully you guys like her. I think she's a lot of fun to play with, a lot of fun to mess around with. And yeah, super cool. Happy summer, everybody. Hope you guys enjoy it, and hope you guys enjoy her. See ya.